And thank you for joining today on a unscheduled live stream. How are you all doing today? It is a Tuesday in Waikiki. Couldn't be a more perfect day. Just the right amount of clouds. I believe it's about 73 today. And on today's live stream, we are going to ponder questions that have stumped some of the greatest minds in all of humanity. Number one, how long is a piece of string? Number two, why is Tony playing favorites to some and not others? And why is Lance never on the winning side of a Waikiki Pass challenge? Those questions and more will be posed and answered on today's live stream. But first, let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Nancy. Oh, should I say hello, ladies or guys? I don't know what I said. I'm sorry. Hello, Jackie and Angela and Sandy and Janet. Kathy, Carol, Linda. Boy, we have the, dare I say, OGs, the OGsest of the Gs. Hello, Vi and Danielle, Teresa and Kim. Where are you all watching from today? I guess the most important question being posed and answered on today's live stream is how far is it, or how long does it take to walk from Waikiki to Moana Mall? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because that's exactly what we happen to be doing today. We are going to walk like a senseless human being. When we could ride the trolley, we could take an Uber, we can take the car, we can take the bus, but no. Tony strapped on the old live stream rig, and we're going to walk this bad boy. There is the Asian food court. From Winnipeg, from Virginia. A couple of engineering, programming, production notes. The live stream should stream more with less latency right now. So the quality of the video may be a little bit degraded, but the response between the video that you're seeing and the responses audio-wise and comments, they may be or should be more in sync. What I opted for yesterday was higher quality video, and in lieu of performance in the comments area. Hello, Sandy. So it is better to walk. Hello, Sue, Aloha, and Angela, and Cat Roy. Always glad to see you guys. We're slowly but surely going to grind away on those YouTube haters and probably pick up a few thousand non-Facebook users in the YouTube channel over time. I would normally not address this, but because the comedy level of it is so high, and I think it would be very entertaining for you guys, especially a lot of you who are on here, because a lot of you are at fault. Certainly I'm not, but many of you are at fault because, now I haven't seen this comment, so I'm just going off of what was said to me in a voice conversation between Terry and myself this morning. As you guys know, after the streams, we often get messages on YouTube, on Facebook, and now in this case on YouTube, but the YouTube comments you are able to go see. So, and we don't get hardly any. I mean, we get one or two maybe on, and many of the videos we get none. These are not the comments that you're seeing right now. Hello, Jennifer. Well, it's 100% Shasta's fault for sure. So we don't get comments often on YouTube because we just haven't done that much. I know that as we go along, we're going to get more vitriol, as they say, with comments and people's opinions and things like that. And I welcome them all, which flies right in the face of what it is I'm about to say. If you go back on one of the streams, I'm not sure which stream it was. It's not this one, and I don't think it was yesterday or the day before. It may be. Oh no, it had to be the day before. Yeah, it had to be yesterday's. Okay, so essentially, well, let me stop yammering and kind of tell you where we're going. We are going down Kalakaua. This is Kalakaua Avenue that we're in front of, or right beside right now. And Kalakaua is the main street that goes right into Waikiki, where many of the hotels are. That's the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. I apologize for blowing past it. I just am very assumptive that you'll know where we are, and I should not do that. This area here is somewhat the outskirts of Luxury Row. Luxury Row is really designated right up there, and I'll show you more about that. But you have things like Dior, Chanel, right behind me is Prada. You have Tiffany. That's not really Luxury Row, but all these are very high-end retailers here. Max Mara, we just passed the duty-free store right down there. I want to point this out to you, not the Aloha Beer Garden for Lance and Gerard, but Long's. The reason I want to point out Long's is that they're Long's/CVS, same thing as on the mainland, but they're open 24 hours. And that's notable because if there's anything that may be of need for you prescription-wise, or some medicinal items, bandages, or even food or water and drink, they're open 24 hours. So if you have a prescription that you perhaps have lost in your flight, or you forgot, or one of those things, that's the place to go. And it's open 24/7, as I said, here in Waikiki. It's great. Life is good. Here is the Hard Rock Cafe and Tommy Bahama's, two favorites. Hard Rock Cafe, you know as having a restaurant, but you may not know that Tommy Bahama's also has a bar and a restaurant at the top of it. And surprisingly, it is pretty darn good. Surprisingly, it's very good. We're going to walk down Kalakaua, and we may go down Ala Moana, or we may go to Kapiolani and go the backside. But I will tell you where we're going when we're there. And if I don't, just jump on in the comments and remind me. Say, hey, where are you? Is what, Kona? I don't know if you're speaking to me. I'm sorry, I was watching something else. I wasn't able to watch the comments. So also let me know in the comments, are the comments coming up more in time with the audio and the video as it was not doing yesterday? Again, there's Tommy Bahama's. The Nakamura, I believe it's Ramen Nakamura. Really, really good ramen place. But if you are a Thai food fanatic, as am I, that's the place you want to come to. King of Thai, boat noodles #2. I admittedly walked past this place knowing, because I know just about everything, I knew it was not going to be good, and I gave it no chance. I walked past it, and one day I just said, you know what? I'm going to give these people a little shot. And I've been back probably 30 times since then. That's probably one of the best Thai food places I have had, not just in Hawaii, but everywhere. So that just tells you how much you can rely on me. But I wasn't giving advice then. That was internalized reviews. I wasn't giving advice to someone else. As you guys know, on the Facebook streams, you know that I will not give a review, positive or negative, unless I've done it, seen it, eaten it, or visited it, or stayed there 3 times. Or I will give a disclaimer that I have not, and I will give you my review based on what information I have. This street here is called Waikiki Beach Walk. It's not to be confused with Lures, which is right down there, and actually is Waikiki Beach Walk area. But that's what this street is here. And there's actually a couple of hotels and restaurants along the way there. But that ramen place is really good. Hello, Mary Kay. Wendy Good. This is a highly regarded tattoo shop as well. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard good things. This is really where they really designate this exclusively as luxury row. Although there's only 5 or 6 shops here, 7 shops, Gucci, Chanel. There are other areas, other stores back behind me that fall in this classification. And that is the Polynesian Hotel. They call it the Polynesian Residences. It's right there. That's a smaller hotel. It's just these accommodations you see here with the smaller balconies. And if you remember on our stream that we did, what does it cost to stay in Waikiki on YouTube, we commented on this, I think, at the very, very end. But I believe their rates were somewhat comparable to some of the higher end, more known and more established hotels into Waikiki. So take from that what you will. So did you say the comments are not visible right now? Were you saying that the audio and video are more in time than what they were yesterday, or are they about the same? They should be significantly better. This road here is Saratoga. It's notable because it goes to the former Hilton Hawaiian, or I'm sorry, the former Trump Tower, which is right there. It is now the LXR Hilton brand. It's a luxury Hilton brand. But also along here is Arnold's, which is I use it as a term of endearment, which is a term I'm going to use in just a moment again. But it's a term of endearment. It's a dive bar right there, Arnold's on the end of that fence right there. Very tiki-ish, kind of old, not kind of, it is exactly old school. But also along there is Sacred Art Tattoo Shop, very highly recommend, or highly noted. I'm not recommending it. And Eggs and Things. That's Eggs and Things' second location here in Waikiki. The other is on Kalakaua, just directly across from Duke's statue on Kalakaua Avenue. All right, it's going to take a couple of minutes to get this next part out just because I'm going to have to walk along the street and yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to go this way. All right, I was trying to figure out if I could go along the street or not, but I could stand here and wait for traffic. I hate doing this. I don't mind doing it while I'm doing it by myself, but on a stream, it's not that great. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. If you guys would, I would appreciate it if you like the stream. Please like it. Share it if you would. Shares, and by the way, shares on YouTube, 100% of them are calculated and counted. So it's not like on Facebook. So we're going to be doing a lot more incentives on YouTube for shares. So if you haven't already, please share it if you like it. If you don't like it, then write a note in there to Lance. You just tag Lance. Lance is the complaint administrator. He may not be on today, but we'll make sure he gets all the complaints. I really do appreciate that. It makes it all somewhat worthwhile. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I'll go this way. I was going to show you that parking garage that we talked about yesterday. That's the LaCroix. This is just a different view. We were watching from that side the other day when we were doing the live stream about what it costs to stay in Waikiki and doing the hotel rate comparisons. You can see their pool area a little bit better on the second deck. All right, you guys are the best. So one of the questions was, how long is a piece of string? I have no idea. Second question, does Tony play favorites? I have to edit this answer a little bit, but I do want to respond to it just because it's it came up. It's come up like 3 different times in the last week, and I'm not sure if it's the same people doing it, but I bet it is. This used to be a fairly popular, obviously not really popular for very long because they closed it down, restaurant, Asian, I think it was Chinese or Japanese, and it closed down. But they're now tearing this down, and they say within 2 years it's going to be a entertainment complex with restaurants. They're going to have actually a little amphitheater in there. I believe that parking garage is going completely away because I don't see how they can keep that parking garage, which is a prized possession here in Waikiki, how they can have that and also have so much space. But we shall see. I hope they get it done soon. This is the Moana. This is a resident, and I think it's I believe it is one of our prized favorite members, Greg, to tell us a little bit more about this. But it's a resident for sure, and I know they do rentals, but I'm not sure if it's a hotel-ish setup. That's the Romer Waikiki at the Ambassador. Again, worst name for a hotel. But you can see how well they've done with the renovation, not just looking at the exterior, but the pool area. That pool area is completely redone. It's like I would assume they're going for like a Miami vintage kind of Art Deco kind of look and feel. It just kind of looks that way. But it's well done. I've actually walked up there. I didn't spend much time, but I walked up there to take a look at it. Okay, so disclaimer, and I'll try and get this out this time. Disclaimer is this, that I've not read the comment. I don't know who it was. I didn't, if it was a joke or if it wasn't, but it didn't sound like to Terry it was. Usually about we do a couple streams, we get only good comments, but we usually get several comments about every second or third stream that is critical of the way we do things, the way things I say, the things I pronounce and can't pronounce. But those people complaining, I don't do any of this for them. I do it for you. I do it for you, the people who actually, in a nice and funny way, make fun of me, and you appreciate the humor that we bring. I mean, we could just be some boring, silly walking tour channel. But the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel are probably 5% of what we're going to be doing. So it's not that important, but it's important to address it because the comments are going to be public, and I really do not like, first off, I don't like blocking anybody, and I don't like deleting anybody's comment because, I mean, if it's saying something negative about me personally, there's not a way to measure how little I care about it. But if it's a comment that's negative towards any of you, I do not tolerate that. Neither does Terry. Terry is the band hammer, not me. I will bet you in the 5 years we've had, I bet I've blocked or deleted 5, and probably not even 5 people in 5 years. Terry, on the other hand, does not like that. She's like a Navy SEAL for that kind of a thing. That's the Ohana food truck. That just gives you a different view of where we were yesterday. We walked on that side of the street. Rumor is that's going to be a Denny's. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. They may have just been pulling my leg because it doesn't look like a Denny's. Just doesn't look like it would have the face of a Denny's, but it may be. But that's the Ohana Hale food truck court. Okay, so the comment, as best as I know, was talking about how they're being, I don't want to say negative, because again, I didn't read it, but they were making comments about how I was not planning the administration or business administration or the business plan, which was, as I heard it, it was improperly used, that term, but I'll go with what they were trying to say. They said that we were not doing a great job in marketing or promoting or managing, I should say, the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel, because by way of me designating some of you as OGs or original gangsters, if you're not familiar, then I was in some ways excluding others. And their issue was, and they came up with some math, I'm not sure what it is. I don't want to give this person, I'm not sure if it was a male or female, I don't want to give them more air to breathe on this topic, but I wanted to address it in case there are others that maybe felt that way but didn't take the time to comment. So they made a comment that we're not doing as good a job as other channels, which I agree, we're not. And they're also saying that I personally am favoriting 20 or 25 people who are OGs, and I'm excluding everybody else. And they also had commented, I guess, that I ignore, or what's the word? There's a word for it. It's kind of a woke word or something like that. I do something to people when you ask a question and then I ignore you. What's that called? Ghosting. They say if somebody asks a question that I don't like, I ghost them. Or if it's a counter to what my perspective is or what my opinion is, that I ghost them or I ignore them. And I only focus on the OGs. Well, let me address a couple of those things. One, I don't ghost. If you have a question, ask it. I'll be happy to answer it. And if I don't see it on the comments in the first 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 10 minutes, just ask it again. I think you'll get some responses right now. I mean, from some of the people who have already been on the streams for, months and months since the very beginning, which is an OG. That's the definition of an OG. I think I'm pretty fair when it comes to answering every question that's asked. And again, you have to understand that, like right now, it's not that difficult to do, but and I don't have her in my ear today, but I usually have someone in my ear, but I'm walking, talking, carrying something. It's either my dog, equipment, extra battery, and I've got a camera in the other hand. I'm navigating where we're going, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is correct, where I want to go, and what I want to say about the places coming ahead of us, trying not to fall or trip, and then avoiding people who want to talk to me because they think I'm a YouTuber, or I guess I am an official YouTuber now, aren't I? I don't even know why I traffic in mediocrity with you people. I'm a famous YouTuber now. But in any case, those are things that are going on. So if you ask a question and I don't answer, it's not because I don't want to answer it, unless it's a stupid question. If you're asking something dumb, then I am going to ignore it. But if you ask a valid question and it's something that you want to know something about, or you want clarification, by all means, just ask me. You're not going to offend me with any questions. You're not going to offend me with any questions. That is for darn sure. I mean, I personally think it's offensive enough that Gerard and Lance, Wade, those guys come on the streams when they've been specifically asked not to, but that's really the only time I'm ever really annoyed. And the point that they were making was that I avoid everybody else and I show favoritism to the OGs. Well, let me explain again, which I did yesterday. I'm going to do it one more time, and hopefully I don't have to do it again. An OG is just a term of endearment. It's something that I made up just because I like that term. I call myself, actually not myself, I call dogs gangsters. When I walk past people, you probably heard me say, "What are you gangsters doing?" And I talk about dogs or something like that. I actually said that comment to a couple people, and then when I explained what it was, they thought it was really funny and they start using it themselves. That's what an OG means. If you're offended by that, or if you think that you're being excluded, well, if you think you're being excluded because you're not being called an OG, you are 100% correct, because only OGs get the OG designation. What is that OG designation? It is simply somebody who has been watching the stream for so long, and there's nothing beneficial to being called an OG other than me calling you out, calling your name and that type of thing. They get no money, they don't get merchandise, they don't get extra cards, they don't get extra benefits of contest, but they're going to, and that's going to offend that person a lot. But in addition to the OGs, we're going to have other things. We're going to have other programs like either the Legends or Legacy. We're going to have the Aloha Club, which some of you know about, some of you don't. We're going to have the organization or the events like the going to Hawaii get-togethers. We're not going to invite everybody in the very beginning, but just because we want them to be perfect and the first people that come They're going to see it. The music won't be right. The food will be terrible. We'll forget the drinks. We'll start late. First several are going to be terrible, but after that, once we get, some experience behind us, they'll be perfect. But those little groups and gatherings and niches and cliques are not meant to be what's the word? Not exclusive. It's not supposed to be dismissive of anybody. But yeah, that's why that's why businesses stay in business. That's how businesses market themselves, by appealing to people who show an interest or loyalty in their product or service. That's it. Here is Goofy's. We mentioned this the other day. Goofy's up there. It's a very, very small cafe, but boy, is it really popular and very good. In one of 3 ABC stores in Waikiki. So that's about it. That's all that's way too much time to give that silly comment, but I wanted to more address it to the people who may have been offended or may have been bothered. I think offended is such a strong term, and I think Nancy did a good job in explaining it. She actually sent a comment to Terry. She did it privately, and then Terry said, "Hey, I think Tony would want to see that," and then she posted. I thought it was wonderful. And if someone is bothered by that, I would recommend you go to one of the other 300,000 YouTube channels and make your mark there, because you're not going to like what's coming up. You're not going to like what going to Hawaii becomes if those things offend you, if you're bothered by that. But if you love having fun, great information, if you like some incentives here and there, if you like some great content, if you like the Shasta, you're in the right place. Let's go to Ilikai. Yeah, she made a great point. It's perfectly stated because she said it from the heart. Those people who think that we're being disrespectful or not caring of others' feelings and get lost. I'm not as politically correct about that type of thing as Terry or Cindy may be, or certainly even Shasta. Love the Shasta. I love the Shasta. Has anyone heard why not why, but what is going to replace Cinnamon's? Because Cinnamon's closed, I believe, both their locations here in Waikiki. They certainly closed this one in the Ilikai. Isn't this a beautiful open air? I'll ask you guys, or you folks, I should say. I should always say folks, not guys. I will ask you folks, and you can perhaps educate me. Do you feel that your questions are avoided, or that I only show favor to those who agree with me on streams? You can be honest. But I will make a list of you guys. No, I'm teasing. See, it's those types of comments that makes people think that I'm being serious about that. It's like yesterday when, actually, let me just listen to you first. No, not at all. Big fat no. I like when you guys disagree, when you folks disagree. I like it. I don't need to listen to my own stupid opinions. I know what my opinions are. I don't have to say them out loud. I know what they are, but that's how I have the opinions I have, is because I've listened to someone and either changed mine and adopted theirs, or disagreed with theirs and kept with mine. That's how you get opinions. I know. This rail is a magnet. I'm not even going to give that tip again because I felt so stupid after giving it the last time because I've given it 3 times now. It's a beautiful harbor. Every stream we have to give you the ocean. This is my version of that gift today. Comes free of charge. That's the modern right there. As a matter of fact, let's walk through the modern. Let's go out the modern. We came in the Elikai, we'll go out the modern. The modern was an independent hotel, independent of a major brand, but now a brand has bought it. The Hilton Grand Vacations, HVCB, yeah, bought it. And now it's a vacation ownership place. If you want to, just a couple of housekeeping things. If you want to reach out to somebody and you're in the comments and you're not familiar with how to do it with YouTube, all you have to do is use the @ symbol and then type their name. No spaces. Like if I'm trying to get a hold of Sandy, I just type @ and then start typing Sandy. Her name will come up and I just highlight the cursor to her name, click it, and there you go. This is the modern pool area and their bar right here. We've frequented this bar a couple of times and got their spicy margarita, which is exceptional. Some of you have probably, I know some of you have already been on that stream. Yeah, that's a great point. They may not see that. They may not understand. Have you guys shared the stream? You folks, I'm sorry. Gosh, I need to stop that. I need to find myself. That's how I've actually broken a lot of habits. Is I find myself. Find myself a mile. So on my next hike, whatever my hike is, I find myself a mile for every time I say a word wrong or incorrectly or do something, whatever that negative action is that I want to remedy. So I'm going to put a mile on the end of my very next hike for every time I say guys. Liked and shared. Thank you very much. And see, this is why you folks, caught myself. You folks who are taking the time out of your day to watch this silly stream and to listen to this ding dong talk about nonsense in Hawaii in exchange for bringing you a little bit of Hawaii today, that's worth something to me. It's worth something to me that you have taken your time to share and participate. So yes, I'm going to show you favoritism. I'm going to show you favoritism over those who don't. The other is, isn't the just the sheer fact of having, or the sheer measure of having a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel, isn't that favoring one over the other when I'm on one? So if I'm on YouTube, I'm, going against, so to speak, the people on Facebook and vice versa. I'm not trying to favor one or the other. One just serves a different purpose than the other. My opinion. These are the Discovery Cove towers. Many of you may have seen these in Airbnb ads. That place used to be really notable because it had really nice restaurants. It had little entertainment down the bottom down there, but now it's not so much. I remember that, the electric company. Can you sing the song? Are you asking me? Or are you asking Cat Roy about the steps? So I wasn't sure in your comment if you're saying Cat Roy, so I would know it was Cat Roy. There's the Red Lobster right there, obviously. And then right around the corner is Chart House. That's a fan favorite. Hello, Nicholas. Nicholas, that's very nice of you to say that. I appreciate it. That comment is exactly why we do it. That comment is exactly why I do these streams. Because we are going to bring you, I know we keep saying it, but you know, when it happens and it materializes, you'll understand. We're doing this because of the community we're going to build with the Going to Hawaii website. It's really all it is. We want there to be a unique group of people that love Hawaii, love coming here, and maybe who are coming soon or just recently came, or who just need a reminder of why they came. Morons. I don't believe these guys. I can't believe those guys just do that. Ride those bikes on the sidewalk like that. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah, you're asking me. What I was asking is I didn't know if you were asking me. Yes, of course. I used to have a, it wasn't an Apple Watch, but it was a wearable, they call it. Can't even think of it. The Loop? No. Anyway, my phone counts the steps. I have an extra phone that counts the steps. Some of them. Sometimes I switch phones from time to time. Oh, thank you very much, Jennifer. And I also don't think there was a, this is something else. This, I actually did see this comment. And I don't even remember who the lady was yesterday who was, oh, you know what? That might have been who it was. Well, do you remember, it's those of you who are on this stream who are on the last stream, yesterday's stream, do you remember when the lady was complaining? I believe it was the lady's name. It certainly seemed that way. Here's the prince. Let's go inside the prince real quick. There was a lady who was commenting that I ignore people's comments, and I don't pay attention to certain people. That may have been the same person. I don't know, or maybe two people were offended. But in any case, they were saying that I don't pay attention to people. I ignore them. And she was commenting that she asked questions several times and I didn't respond to her. They have a couple of locations in Waikiki as well, as you know. It was someone who was saying that I didn't pay attention to them or didn't answer the questions, or she said something like 3 times I've asked my questions. So what I did was I said, all right, everybody, let's give. Was it Laura? I don't think it was Laura. It wasn't the Laura that we all know. Not the nice Laura. That lady was nice too. I think she was just a little bit upset. But that may have been her name, Laura. You can tell they have little gift shops here, clothing items. They have meeting space up there. Their restaurant is right up here, right above us, like 2 floors is their restaurant. Very nice, and it overlooks the harbor here. It's a beautiful location. And let's just go out the back area here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, it wasn't her. It wasn't her because that Laura lady, she seemed to be pretty nice and she got it. But there were comments after that, how rude I was. That I stopped the stream and I almost scolded her. And I think it was just the opposite of that. I stopped walking. I didn't stop the stream. I stopped walking because I thought that her comment was just funny. It was just hilarious that she said, you don't pay attention to me. So I said, all right, let's give her some attention. And that's why I said, all right, nobody talk. And then you know who you 3 are who kept talking and kept typing. You guys are on a list. And whoever it was that commented did not get the humor that I was trying to present that I didn't want anyone else to comment. I only wanted her to comment, and I gave her 3 questions. She could ask any 3 questions that she wanted to, and she asked a couple of good questions, gave a few statements. It was really good, and I just thought it was funny. It was very difficult for me to not laugh while I was answering her questions. But Wade and Lance and you know who else kept commenting, so you have been put on a list. And then right afterwards I said, hey guys, I need to tell you something, that I disconnected the stream. So when I disconnected, it was on purpose, and I wanted you guys to have the reaction that you did. And that lady thought that was so rude. It was rude. Welcome to the club. That's right. This is pink sails. It's obviously much more subdued than what it normally is. But when we come here on a Friday night, boy, it's jumping, isn't it, guys? I didn't even realize I had that. That's neat. And their 2 catamarans are out. They're usually right in here. And they do have pink sails, as the name says. Isn't that a beautiful boat right there? Actually, right there. They're going out on a snorkel and sea turtle tour. Right there. Okay, I'm going to come in here just for a second. Walk around this way. And they have in here two eating areas, or 2 food trucks here and one over there. And they have live music here. And some of you who have actually been on the stream, I actually think almost everybody who's on here has been on previous streams. So you may comment if you like about the Hawaiian music they have here. I think it's really good. Yes, Jam, I think you're right. I thought it was funny. I mean, you guys know I don't pretend to be a professional presenter. I make a lot of mistakes, do a lot of things wrong, so I don't profess to be good at it. But I just think it's funny when some people will make a claim, and I just want to interact with them and make them feel important and engaged with, and that's really all it was. Lance, Wade, and Gerard, I'm not so worried about them. So obviously we're doing a roundabout, kind of a walk from Waikiki to Moana, so it's not going to give you an exact timing. But if you are walking from Waikiki to Moana Mall, you may want to make these same stops, and you may want to stay a little bit longer. At maybe Ilikai, maybe have a coffee at Prince, or a drink at Modern, or maybe stay a little bit longer at Pink Sails. But this would just give you an idea of what the walk looks like. And this is also the same walk that you would come to, or you would do to go to Moana Beach Park, as well as Magic Island. Moana Beach Park is right over there, we'll see it. And then Magic Island is straight back over this way to my left. And this bridge crosses over the Alaway, the canal that goes from Waikiki and wraps around to the backside of Waikiki, right there. And they say it's almost exactly 2 miles from this point, and I bet it is. 2 miles from here to the end, where it ends at Kapahulu, or right close to Kapahulu. This little device here, it may not seem like much, and you may not have remembered it, but you've been on streams in the past where this has just been loaded up with trash and collected garbage and boxes and bottles and everything. That's what it's meant to do, and boy, these guys do a great job in cleaning it up. I really appreciate that they do that.
like constant, like so it's like just the gesture little bubbles with little fun.
Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate you saying that. There are, I'm not saying this about me, but there are way more people that like what we do as opposed to those with negative comments. And the only reason I give the critical comments any space or any kind of air is because we get so few of them. And really that's what it is. And I just want to make sure that I do everything I can to make sure that if there are other people who feel this, have a like perspective, I just want to give them a clarification. Maybe it's something they misunderstood, or maybe they understood their complaint correctly and they just don't like what we do. They don't like me. They don't like the stream. That's fine. There's many other much better streams and better channels that you can go and enjoy. But it would be a little bit ridiculous if I said, hey, you know what? Let me go down these 50 complimentary comments that we received on our last live stream. That would be a little ridiculous, but that's really what we get. We receive many more positive comments from most of you guys. Vast majority, I would say 95% seriously, are positive. So this is walking right back through here. That's Magic Island. That's Moana Beach Park. And right straight through there is Moana Beach. That's the mall. So here is where they say we are facing the perilous fork in the road. Do we go into the mall? Do we walk around the mall? Do we walk around the outside of the mall and just show you what's on the outside? What would you guys like to do? It's your stream. So true, Lance. So true. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. We just need you to get it right on loading up one live stream on YouTube, and it'll stay that way forever unless you change your settings. So if you just go through a little bit of the hassle the one time, I promise you it'll be worth it. Yeah, I think one other thing that person said was it may have been the other comment that they had an issue with saying that I was going to make it worth your while, and they said that it's the same people that say that I bribe you guys, or Ward Center's not far, no. It's that way about 5 blocks, I'm gonna say, something like that. They say that I bribe you, or I have to buy viewers or buy participants, and they're 100% right. That's why I do. That's why we do the gift cards. That's why we cut deals with these car rental companies, and why we do Waikiki trolley and all that. If you call that bribery, or I'm happy to go with that. If it gets you to come here and the content gets you to stay here, that's what it's about. All right, so if you answer my question as to if you'd like to go inside, I missed it all. But let me go through these. Walk around. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. All right, so Moana Mall, you guys have suckered me into doing this stream. So what I was going to do is I was going to end this stream and then do a standalone Moana Mall stream. But I was encouraged to keep this as one stream and then come back another day soon and do just, you know, an Moana Mall walk, and where we'll walk all the way around the mall, which you guys know. Oh my gosh, that's 3 miles that I've said, guys. 3 miles on my hike. You folks who have been on the streams, you know I'm not a big fan of coming in the mall. So let's give this a shot. Hopefully the reception doesn't cut out. And if it does cut out, it will come back on, because Ala Moana is a open air. It's actually, it used to be or still is the largest open air mall in the world. That may not be the case. I find it hard to believe that that's the case now, because with all the big malls going up in Europe and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and things like that. But, well, I guess they wouldn't be open air there, would they? There, it would be too hot. In any case, it's a big mall. I do know if we go into the food court, if we get deep into the food court, that it will cut out. Thank you, guys. Thank you for liking and sharing. And then I don't know what to say about comments, but once the stream is over with, I know this is probably asking too much, but if you folks, after the stream, go back and comment in the comment section, if you would, if you feel so inclined. That helps us out. And we are going to show favoritism to all of you who are on these streams now. In the first streams, until we get to like maybe 1,000, I think we'll keep it a tight community, maybe 500. Let me say 500. So we're going to keep it a tight community until it's 500, meaning that we're going to keep a list of the people who subscribe and who are active, who comment actively, who share actively. And they may not get a direct incentive, but they'll get access to winning an incentive, maybe a free vacation, maybe free airfare, maybe an extra night at their hotel, maybe just a big old fat stinking gift card. But up until 500, we'll keep that. I like to call it, I shouldn't have called it a closed community, should I? A limited community to 500. And then we may go to 1,000. But up between right now and 500, you guys, my God, that's 4 miles. Wow, I'm going to be wrecked. You folks are going to be part of the group. So this is Macy's. The reason I'm not showing you over here, just it's a really ugly kind of a ugly wall. And this mall is bookended by Ala Moana Boulevard on my left and Kapiolani on my right, or right straight through there. And it's a massive, massive mall. This is an ugly, the exterior here is pretty ugly. When we get more on the inside, yes, it sure does, Michael. That's why we like to do it, for sure. Liking, sharing, commenting after. And for those of you who haven't been on the Facebook streams, I'm pretty sure almost everybody who's on here, just looking at the names I can see, I can tell that you've been on the other streams. But we're doing some really cool things. We have our website coming up. We have the Aloha Club, which is, I think that Aloha Club is going to be a game changer. We're cutting some deal with some hotels that you guys, gosh, dang it. It's 5 miles. You know, I shouldn't have even said that, because I know some of you, Lance, are going to be keeping track of those times I say guys and adding miles onto my silly hike. Barnes & Noble, I always love that store. Always have loved that store. You'd think it'd be going out of business because of all the online access for buying books or what have you, but it hasn't. There's just something about buying a book in person, I think. The Aloha Club, I think, is going to be, I know it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a game changer. I think our meetups are going to be very cool. And just the unshakable incentives of just giving away cool things just because we have that ability, we have that Hilo Hatties. Somebody was asking about that the other day in the group, if Hilo Hatties was still here in the mall. There obviously are a lot of people who drive here, so there's a lot of parking. There's 3 levels. I think it's 3 levels of parking. Yes, 3 levels of parking. There's down below, the second, then there's the 3rd floor. But a lot of people take the bus or the trolley. So if you've won one of the trolley passes, which is a great segue, if you've won a trolley pass, make sure today you send your first name, last name, phone number, and email, and date you think you're going to be using the pass to Terry. If you've already done it, please don't do it again. But if you haven't done it yet, please do it, because all those passes are coming this week. But you can take the Waikiki trolley to the mall here. They have a drop-off point on the other side. I believe they're here every 30 to 45 minutes. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the option. This being the biggest mall in the world, we can't zigzag in and out of every store, every floor, and every store. However, we can go this way and kind of zig in and come back out, go to the food court and go around, and we could see the exterior of the stores. Or we could go in here, walk around. I want to show you that stage for sure, and the food court, and then go up to the second level and show you the nicer stores that are up there on that level. Which would you like to do? It's a very high-end tea company. I think it's Japanese. We'll go look at it while I'm waiting to see your comments. How do you know if you won? You would have received an email or a message, or it would have been announced on a stream. For example, we do giveaways. We'll say we'll show you a price of something, and I'll ask you down further in the stream how much was the price. Or we've done things as silly and obscure as how many steps have I taken that day, just crazy stuff. Wendy guessed how many fingers I was holding up because she's coming to Hawaii very soon, and she didn't have a Waikiki trolley pass, and I think that's criminal to not have one, so we just gave her one. Yeah, I'm not into malls either, but can you have a trip to go with your trolley? Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's just do a little bit. Let's just kind of take it by the seat of our proverbial pants. Oh, and you know something else too, which we may run into here. They are not fond of streamers in this mall. Not. I believe it was Shasta, but I know one other person who does streams was stopped, and the security guard was quite aggressive. From what I understand, I was not there, I didn't see it, but from what I understand, they're quite aggressive about, you cannot stream from here unless you get a permit. Well, let's see how this goes. Right here is I think it's called the Royal Hawaiian Stage or the Moana Stage, but this is such a cool little stage. They have little kids. Well, they have adults too, but it's most of the kids. That's fun. They have kids shows here and hula shows, and like when it's around Christmas time or around the Hawaiian holidays or what have you, they have little shows up here. And I think they have a show here every Friday. No, I'm sorry, I said every Friday, every day. Let's take a look at this. But isn't that cool? It's open air here, see? All the way around here. You see the open air. Let me actually go to the open air part. There you go. So let's see. Yeah, Kiki Hula Show every Sunday. It is hilarious. Actually, I shouldn't say hilarious. It's so cute to watch these little kids that are like 4, 5, 8 years old. But they also have this, it's called Center Stage, that's right, the hula show at 5 o'clock. And then people, line up on all levels here. And there's a little standing area there and then a seating area, as you saw right back up here. Kathy, did you get a Amazon gift card though instead? And when did you send that message? Well, if you send it directly to her, she's responding to it. I don't want to get in the middle of that. I have even said this wrongfully myself, that this mall is filled with they're not local, but there are a lot of local-ish type stores. And I don't mean local like hardcore local, like just one single mom and pop store. But there's many stores here that are either Southeast Asian owned or Hawaiian owned. But again, there's also like, Crocs and Sunglass Hut right here. So, but there are other stores that don't fall in that case. So, there's the Mackay food court. Now, we're probably going to lose connection or just drop out just for a second or two when I'm in here. Maybe not. But I'm going to do a quick walk around because I want you to see just how big this place is and see some of the food opportunities they have here. I don't want to, showcase anybody, so we'll just do a little bit walk around. That's the Sunrise Shack. That's the same place that's in Waikiki. I'm sorry, Outrigger Waikiki, and also on the towards the North Shore. They have a place. But look how big this place is. And they have everything you can, ramen, Thai, Japanese, Korean, Filipino, barbecue. They have Jack in the Box. They have the best Chinese restaurant on the planet, Panda Express, right up here. This is in the lower level. They actually have 3 different look at this. Lance, check that out. They have 3 food courts. This is by far the biggest. They have a smaller one on the second floor, on the third floor rather, and then they have another one right beside it, or just not too far down from it. Here's the best Chinese food in the plant right here. Korean barbecue. Ooh. And they have ample seating too. That's one thing that a lot of food courts do not have, is they have a lot of restaurants, but they don't have much seating. Wow. I don't want to jinx the stream, but it seems like we have not cut out at all. Does it seem like we've cut out? That's encouraging. Curry House. That's a more full-service restaurant. That's on the outside, accessible from the outside of the mall. But that's a very, very good restaurant. Meaning good in that it tastes really good. I'm not trying to imply it's expensive or anything, because it's not expensive, but food quality has been good. I've been there twice only, but both times it's been very good. We'll fix it now. We're going to be going outside here 1 second. But I just wanted to give you a good sense of the type of restaurants that are here. Yeah, it's going to be blurry. Ta-da! Just like that, magic. Cat Roy, there is a on the North Shore before you get to Giovanni's on the coast side, on the east side of the road. There is a gallery. There's like 3 or 4 buildings that are small galleries and a thrift shop, and they have items there from people, local people around there that I think you'd really enjoy. So let me just give you kind of a frame of reference. This is where we were looking down from. This is the stage right down there. Okay, this is the second floor, and you can see how massive this place is. Oh, excuse me. I'll just walk down this way a little bit. And this is where the this mall really gets the designation that it's just like any other mall. But people, people who are on vacation, they want to buy something from the place they're at. I get it. I'm not trying to diminish the value of this mall. I'm just saying that it's not remarkable to come here as much as it is to go to, say, the swap meet. Ta-da. Do you guys, oh my God, that's 5. Lance, are you keeping track of these miles? 5 miles. This is my kryptonite, just as much as Starbucks is, just as much as Starbucks is. Love it. Love it. I wish Wade was here. That's the thumbnail right there. Someone screenshot that, would you? This right here. Or we'll be able to pull it off. That's right. We'll be able to get it ourselves. Look at him. Isn't that cute? That is an OG. That's a gangster right there. That dog. You want it so bad, don't you? Would you even know what to do with it if you got one? Cool dog. He doesn't know what he's going to get himself into. Those fish will jump him. So, is the audio and video nice now? Like it's synced up? Like you're hearing me and I'm not answering questions out of sync? And if the audio, actually more importantly, if you don't mind answering, the video is the most important because I degraded the quality or chose to a depleted quality of the video in lieu of having the comments more in tune. Let me know. Yeah, when you do come back, just make sure you just contact myself or more importantly Shasta, and she can give you a better, more up-to-date list of some other thrift stores. There's actually another thrift store on Kapahulu, but I'll just wait till you get closer. Yeah, this isn't restreamed. This is straight YouTube, so the video quality should be really good.
Shout out Jinxie, that's so good.
Oh. Video is a little blurry now. Gosh darn it. Even now it's blurry. Well, the sound itself won't be, the quality of the sound will not be minimized. It's the delivery timing of the audio. So it's a little out of sync. So we're either going to have really good video and the comments are going to be a little bit out of sync, or video is going to suffer a little bit like it is right now, and the comments are going to be right on. So actually that's really a good thing for you guys to tell me. Just tell me, what do you think? Because you're the ones that matter. Would you rather have the quality of video that you're having right now and the audio and video like right on sync? What's going on? Or the other way, you'd rather have great quality, poor latency, or great latency and not so good? You can kind of see Magic Island right straight through there. And that's Moana Beach Park. Well, it's really more the delivery system, to be honest, Janet. The delivery system where it originates from is here, and where it comes through on you. But if it's low quality here, it's going to be lower quality there. If it's higher quality here, it'll still be higher quality there. But I get what you're saying. You'd rather be in sync. So you'd rather have the comments and the audio in sync as opposed to higher quality video. And I don't think the quality of the video can be that bad, because I'm watching it back in the thumbnail now. It seems to be really pretty solid. Wonderful. Doing wonderful today. Couldn't be better. Here's the Lucky Strike. They have, it's like a Dave and Buster's on steroids. They have bowling, arcade games, food, drink, sports bar. Also, Tiki's is up. I'm sorry, not Tiki's, Mai Tai's. Mai Tai's actually right there. That's where Shasta's going to be this Friday night when she's blowing me off for doing our live stream. She's choosing friendship over friendship. This is the live music venue that we went to, if you recall, a couple of Fridays ago, where we saw that that live music. One of her friends is playing here on Friday night, as I understand it. You know what I'll do? We'll do this stream for a little bit and then we'll end it. And then I will start another stream and have better quality video and have you vote on it, which you like better. Here we go. Wade would be proud. Lance would be proud. That dog has not given up, has he? He's right there. See him?
Hi.
Hi there. He just knows he's going to get a shot at one of those fish. Very good Chinese restaurant. They have dim sum. They also have that salt crab and that fisherman's lobster, I think they call it. It's not as good as Fukyun, but it's still very good. But I haven't been there in probably 2 years. Well, that's a good question. You guys tell me. What do you want to do? I want to do a test. Actually, you know what I may do? Because we may not. I'm actually thinking of not doing a stream this Friday. We normally do them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I was going to probably skip this Friday. But we need to get as much content as possible on YouTube. So I want to do kind of a back-to-back on YouTube. So I'll try and do a mobile setup. I'll probably do a mobile setup on the stream and try and change the latency to where we have better video quality, but the audio is going to be off a little bit, just so you guys can see something that's consistent, quickly, one example right after another, and then you can make a vote. Huh. But it wasn't fuzzy before, huh? Well, we may likely have to do this stream all over again on another day. We'll actually just start it and then stop it. I mean, stop this and then start another stream. But we may do another stream just to the mall. But that's my ties right there. All right, so you all will be able to vote. All 34 of you. We have 34 people and 27 likes. If we can get to 34 people and 34 likes, you got folks, you folks can choose. We can go from here, we can go to Walmart or Sam's or both and do a what does it cost in Hawaii episode, or we can go back to Waikiki but go a different way and look at shops and items along the way. Or we can walk over to Magic Island, and then go back to Waikiki. But we have to get 34 people, 34 likes, or the same number of likes as we have people. That's all I ask. Yeah, Walmart's right over there. And Sam's is right above, it's on the second level. So we can go into Sam's and then go into Walmart, if you crazy kids want to do that. Or we can go to back to Waikiki, and we'll do it on Facebook or YouTube, you choose. Yeah, Walmart is 4 blocks. We'll walk by the Target. What I will do is I will stop this stream, go on the other side of the mall and start from there, just so you have a frame of reference from the mall. And then we'll walk to Walmart, because I think a lot of you want to know where Walmart is in comparison to Waikiki. So we'll do, once we leave Walmart and Sam's, we'll do a walk all the way back to Waikiki. Go to Waikiki? Yeah. I'm not a big fan of going into Walmart, to be honest with you. Let me walk over this way. Oh, you guys are trying to recruit people to come on and give likes. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to charge the battery up. I'm going to charge the phone up a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's leave this stream, and then I'm not sure if we're going to come back on Facebook or YouTube. And I would say we just make an announcement, just give me a second. Let's do YouTube. So we're going to do YouTube, but I'm going to do a better latency, and we'll see what the video quality is. But don't hold me that. I'm probably 80% doing on YouTube, maybe 20% on Facebook, just because of the power usage. But I wish I could be more definitive, but more likely on YouTube, but maybe on Facebook, okay? And we'll do that here in about 15 minutes. All right, guys, thanks a lot.